Hey DJ, it's our first episode of the Halloween season. And we bid you welcome. We're watching the Leslie Nielsen movie where he stars as a cold-blooded killer. What are we watching?
You mean the Naked Gun movie with O.J. Simpson?
No, I said where he stars as a cold-blooded killer, not with a cold-blooded killer. No. We're watching the 1995 comedy Dracula, Dead and Loving It.
Yahoo!
Couple of guys who like to watch movies, cinema nerds who made it our duty to make a show where we break down, discuss, and review. Hey, we're the men who watch movies.
Welcome back to the Men Who Watch Movies. We're excited to celebrate spooky season. My name is Alec.
And my name's DJ the Movie Man Wagner, also known as the COE of the Men Who Watch Movies.
And we have a wonderful episode for you today. I consider myself somewhat of a Mel Brooks enthusiast. Would you? I mean, he has such wonderful movies.
Oh, 100%.
And of course, the classic one to watch is Young Frankenstein. But we thought we'd change it up a little bit. We talked about Young Frankenstein in a previous episode. So now we're going to watch another one of his spooky comedies. Of course, Dracula, Dead and Loving It, as we mentioned. We're going to do a deep dive into the 1995 comedy starring Leslie Nielsen, directed by Mel Brooks himself. And he has a role in the movie as well. But we'll get into all that. But first, let's talk about... what are we excited for this Halloween season? Like, what are some of your favorite Halloween songs? Let's get into that.
Monster Mash.
Oh, of course. I mean, this is a classic, right? It's the go-to. So that's your definitive favorite.
Oh yeah.
I've heard you sing it. I think you sing it pretty well.
Oh yeah. I always practice karaoke.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's definitely a classic. I always like that song, Somebody's Watching Me. That's always a good one. I think my favorite, though, is Oingo Boingo, Dead Man's Party. You can't go wrong with that one. Do you like that one? Do you like Oingo Boingo?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, the legendary Danny Elfman.
Good.
You can't go wrong with the legendary Danny Elfman. I mean, he did the singing for Jack Skellington, and he came up with the songs, right, for for The Nightmare Before Christmas. And he came up with the Simpsons theme song. He did the theme song for what's that show called? Tales from the Crypt. He did so much great stuff. The Spider-Man movies for Sam Raimi. I mean, he's a legendary. And Oingo Boingo never disappoints on Halloween. But anyway, before we get into Dracula, Dead and Loving It, we're going to do what we do and talk about what's going on in this crazy industry this week in movie news. Cue that intro. Jinx. All right. We have a lot of great movie news. Let me just we have three great pieces of movie news for you today. I'm excited to talk about. Our first bit of movie news comes from Disney. Apparently, Robert Irwin, son of legendary late Steve Irwin, he's going to be in Zootopia 2 as Robert Furwin. He's been cast as a koala character. The film is set to hit U.S. theaters on November 26, 2025, with original voices Judy Hopps, Jennifer Goodwin, and Nick Wilde, Jason Bateman returning. Other newcomers include Ke Huy Quan and Quinta Brunson, and Macaulay Culkin, and Idris Elba. Well, that's good. That's a great cast.
Oh, definitely, yeah, 100%.
Wow, I got to check this out. I should take my daughter. I know she liked the first one. And, I like how they include a lot of, actors to get the parents to want to see it too. So that's a stellar cast, I mean, it's Disney, of course. They're going to go all out. All right. Our next bit of movie news, The Smashing Machine or The Flopping Machine. The Smashing Machine post-career low opening for Dwayne Johnson. The biopic opened to $5.9 million domestically, making the lowest opening of Dwayne Johnson's career. In response, Johnson posted a message acknowledging the box office results are often out of one's control, but emphasizing the value of commitment to performance. The film, directed by Benny Safdie and based on real MMA fighter Mark Kerr, also received a 15-minute standing ovation at its Venice Film Festival premiere. Do you think that this is the end of Dwayne Johnson?
I have no idea. No, I have no idea. He's been doing movies for, God knows what. He's been doing movies for decades and decades with the Fast and Furious movies.
Definitely.
He's known for his strong physique and whatnot, but he's a legendary actor. But yeah, who
Do you
knows?
think people are getting tired of him?
It depends on what their opinion is.
Yeah. I think there is some Dwayne Johnson fatigue, but also I think we got to look at it in the perspective of this movie is an A24 film. It's a smaller, more independent film, and it's not going to make the same box office numbers as like a Fast and the Furious movie. So I think the numbers shouldn't get him down too much. I've heard a lot of good word of mouth. I heard that he gives a great performance, and I bet it's going to be a contender for the award season, and they might want to put it back in theaters as the awards campaigns get going. So that might pick up some more views for this movie, some more box office numbers, and of course when things come out on streaming, when things come out on digital and DVD, if anyone still buys physical media, which I love, Blu-ray, whatever. I think it still has a chance, but I think he's still thinking with the mindset of big blockbuster box office numbers. This movie isn't that. It's it's a more indie leaning movie. So I think keep your head up, rock, and we can still smell what you're cooking. All right. And our last bit of movie news, the Michael Jackson biopic trailer is going to be premiering soon. Titled Michael, the film will release its first trailer in November to be attached to the screenings of Wicked for Good. Originally slated for an earlier release, the film is now scheduled for April 24th, 2026 via Lionsgate in the U.S. and Universal internationally. Casting includes Jackson's nephew Jafar in the title role, with possible plans to split the biopic into 2 parts. Oh no, due to its length and complexity. Wah wah. I don't know. No, don't do that. Just cut it down. You don't need a 2-part.
We don't need 2 parts.
It's like that 3-part Beatles biopic that's going to converge into a Beatles movie. I don't know. It's just like, no, we don't need that. It's too much. Cut it down. We don't need a multi-part cash grab here. But hopefully it's just one movie. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, biopics are hit and miss, so who knows? I'll probably catch this one on streaming. And that brings a wrap to this week in movie news. Now let's get on with Dracula Dead and Loving It. So what is your opinion? You're the one who decided to do this movie this week, so I'll let you speak to your love of this movie. What do you love about this movie?
Oh, it's hilarious. It's hilarity. It's awesomeness. The fact that it has a wonderful cast.
Oh yeah, the cast is great.
Oh, was it Leslie Nielsen, Mel Brooks, Amy Yasbeck, Steven Weber, the guy who plays Dr. Seward. His name escapes me for the moment, but
yeah, I'm not sure. I forget who plays him, but it's a great cast. It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Very, very funny.
They all work together. It's not Mel Brooks' greatest work, but it's fun. You can turn your brain off and enjoy Leslie Nielsen slipping on batshit. And it's that kind of movie where it's like you don't have to worry about it being too heady. You don't have to worry about all the context or anything. It's just basically Dracula set to some slapstick like Three Stooges style comedy, and that's it. That's all you need to know. It's nothing big. It's nothing grand. Of course, Dracula Dead and Loving It came out on December 22nd, 1995. It was directed by legend Mel Brooks, who co-wrote it with Rudy DeLuca and Steve Haberman. The film stars Leslie Nielsen as Count Dracula, Steven Weber as Jonathan Harker, Amy Yasbeck as Mina, who also, I believe was she the one that was Peggy in The Mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then Lysette Anthony as Lucy, and of course Mel Brooks himself as Professor Van Helsing. It's basically a parody of Dracula, especially 1931 Dracula with Bela Lugosi, but also pokes fun at Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1992. Complete with the hair that looks like a butt cheeks. I don't know what's with that hair, man, but and then
it's too Afro-ish.
I don't know, but it looks like literally like a butt. Like it has a crack and everything, man. I don't know who came up with that. It's just wild. But it's very memorable, Critics weren't exactly dead and loving it when it dropped. It bombed at the box office, but over the time, it's become a cult favorite for fans of silly slapstick horror. It's like I said, it's not his best work, but it sure is fun. I don't know. Where would you rate it in the Mel Brooks verse?
Oh, let's see. 9 out of 10.
And so out of all of Mel Brooks movies, that's that high?
Oh yeah.
You have so many great
Definitely.
ones though. You have Blazing
100%.
Saddles, Young Frankenstein,
Oh yeah.
Spaceballs. I don't think it ranks.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it ranks. Well, let's say in your top 3. Would it even be in your top 3?
Oh, definitely.
So what does it beat out? Because like I said, you have Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Spaceballs. So you're saying you'd remove one of those for this movie?
Well, there are so many movies that he's done. I would have to give it a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Because
You love this movie, don't you? That's why you wanted to talk
It's
about it, man. You really love this
hilarious.
movie, man.
It's
Okay, so now
hilarious.
it's produced by Castle Rock Entertainment. I believe it's Rob Reiner's production company, the same folks who brought us The Shawshank Redemption and Misery. Kind of funny that the people responsible for 2 Stephen King's most respected adaptations also greenlit a movie where Dracula slips on shit. You gotta love Hollywood range, man. But anyway, we open with some creepy drawings of demons and monsters in an ancient book. It's surprisingly legit horror vibes, right? Like it's for a Mel Brooks movie. There's some they look like actual like old timey scary drawings, right?
Oh yeah, it's just so much fun. It's funny. It has its, quips and quirks, and it's just so funny.
Yeah. We meet Thomas Renfield, played by Peter MacNicol. Of course, we know him as Janusz Poha in Ghostbusters 2. He's my favorite performance of this movie. He always gives it 100%. And he always hits the mark. Like, he's just excellent in this movie as Renfield, especially when he goes fucking crazy. Renfield's headed to see Count Dracula, but he's getting queasy in the carriage. The dude's flailing around like he's on a Six Flags ride from hell. He tells the driver to go slower, but once he sees the sun setting, he's like, never mind. Get the fuck out of here. Like, we gotta go. Dracula's on his way. But once he hits the village, Renfield proudly announces he's scheduled to meet Count Dracula, and the villagers gasp, Dracula, over and over. And then, they're thrown off by his accent. Oh, no. The villagers gasp Dracula over and over, but one guy's like, scheduled? Because he's thrown off by his accent. It's such a dumb but perfect Mel Brooks gag. When Renfield finally meets the Count, played by the great Leslie Nielsen, Dracula immediately slips on bat poop, and that's the tone setter, folks. It's highbrow. It's the anti-highbrow. Like in Bram Stoker's Dracula, Dracula's shadow moves independently, but here the Count falls and the shadow gets hurt too. Which I thought that was pretty funny. And of course, Dracula just strolls through a cobweb like a boss, while poor Renfield gets tangled like a Looney Tunes character. It's like one of those awkward, long moments where he's just trying to get out of the web. What do you think about that?
Oh, it is hilarious. I didn't know this movie was hilarious until I saw it. It's funny. It's wonderful comedic performance.
Yeah, I think he's the greatest. Like
so
I said,
hilarious.
Aside from Leslie Nielsen, who's a legend. I think Peter MacNicol is epic in this movie. And like I mentioned, he has the hair straight out of Gary Oldman's version of Dracula, the double bun chin cheek hairstyle. Later, he takes it off like a hat, revealing he has like slicked back hair, which is honestly a way better look. So I'm glad they went with that. He's more reminiscent of Bela Lugosi at that point. Renfield nicks his finger and starts squirting blood everywhere like a busted ketchup bottle, while Dracula's eyes bug out like a cartoon wolf seeking Jessica Rabbit. I thought that was pretty hilarious. I love a good blood gag. And later, there's a huge blood gag, and we'll talk about. Next up, Dracula's brides float in, seducing Renfield. He protests at first. No, this is wrong. But then 2 seconds later, he's like, "Wrong me, wrong me." He can't help himself. Seduced by the brides of Dracula. But then Dracula comes in. He's like, "What are you doing? He's mine." He shoos them away, and at first they float away dramatically, and then he's like, "Stop that!" And then all of a sudden they just walk like normal people. I thought that was pretty brilliant.
So funny. Everything about it is so hilarious. Mel Brooks movies are hilarious. This movie is just full of hilarity. It's just so funny.
Drac tries to hypnotize Renfield, but the poor guy keeps falling asleep before the Count can finish the sentence. Eventually, they hop a ship to England. There's a hysterical bit where Dracula's coffin slides around the cabin, smacking everyone like it's a haunted pinball machine. And poor Renfield, he tries to stop it. He gets thrown around too, like he's riding a mechanical bull. But I thought that was a pretty funny bit. Once in England, Dracula goes to the opera to meet Dr. Stewart, played by Harvey Korman. That's who plays him. Harvey Korman.
Oh, that's right, Harvey Korman.
And instantly takes a shine to his daughter Lucy that night. He tries to visit her as a bat, slams face first into her window. Not exactly the smoothest entrance. Like I said, very Three Stooges style gags. While everyone's investigating the noise, Dracula's just hanging from the ceiling like a full-grown man bat. And Stewart's like, "Well, everything seems safe here. I'm going to leave you to your own devices. We checked everything," even though Leslie Nielsen's hanging just right above his head. They're totally clueless. I love it. Dracula drinks Lucy's blood, and the sound design is wild. It's literally him slurping like the bottom of a milkshake,
like a straw or whatever he's doing. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
Meanwhile, Renfield's locked up in Stewart's sanitarium. There's this weird gag where the doctor is obsessed with enemas. Like every patient interaction ends with "Give him an enema." Is this where you got your love of like enema jokes?
Oh yeah.
I was wondering because it's so weird. Like you bring up enemas at the weirdest time, and this and I get it now. It's from this movie. I don't have to be worried about you. Anyway, Renfield, of course, is chowing down on bugs because Dr. Stewart is trying to assess Renfield to see if he's actually crazy, and he keeps seeing him like grab bugs and put them in his mouth, but Renfield keeps denying it until he can deny it no more. Then he starts freaking out. He's like shoving spiders in his mouth. Like, oh man, he takes that trope to a whole new level. Because didn't Renfield in the original movie and like the Bela Lugosi one eat bugs?
I think he did. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, the original Renfield was actually he went into this. And
I think he ate a bug.
Asylum.
Yeah, I think in the original movie he ate like one bug, and this one it takes it to the next level. Like he's like shoving bugs in his mouth like he hasn't eaten in weeks. And but he does a good job. Peter MacNicol does a good job of taking inspiration from that version of Renfield from the original 30s Dracula, and then making his own wild character. I mean, I just love it. Enter Mel Brooks himself, Professor Van Helsing, giving a lecture while dissecting a corpse. He literally pulls out intestines like he's making sausage, and all of the students faint in sequence until there's just a pile of bodies at his feet. The last one to faint is Dan from Del Taco. I don't know if you remember those commercials.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I thought it was Jared Fogle.
No, don't mention that name. Curse that name.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Dan from Del Taco.
He's a pederast, man. Never. Not to get too off topic. He's a pervert, dude. Anyway, Van Helsing. Anyway, like you said, he's yanking intestines like sausage. Van Helsing is summoned by the what's his name, Dr. Stewart, to diagnose Lucy because she got her blood sucked by Dracula and they don't know what's wrong with her, and so he goes to diagnose I can't speak today. He goes to diagnose Lucy's blood problem and tells them to protect her with garlic because he believes it was caused by a vampire. Stewart, being Stewart, immediately asks, "Would an enema help?" And it's like, dude, enough. Stop trying to give your daughter an enema. That's just weird. What's wrong? Anyway, Not to get too off topic here. Dracula tries to break into Lucy's room, but the garlic smells too strong. He sends Renfield to remove it, who of course gets caught peeking under the sheets. Lucy ends up screaming, and everyone runs in, and they shoo him out. And then soon, Dracula is able to glamour her outside, and he ends up sucking her blood to the point where she becomes undead. And now we have a Lucy vampire on the loose. Eventually, they go to chase the vampire Lucy into her. Like, she ends up going inside of like a crypt or something. And so Van Helsing's like, "You got to stake her. You got to stake her with a what do you call it? Like a wooden stake." Exactly.
Oh yeah, and fun fact, there was something about the interview. Oh yeah, Mel Brooks avoided the blood, but actually, he didn't tell Steven Weber that he would get like drenched with that much blood.
Oh, no, so he was surprised.
Oh yeah,
I'm surprised he didn't break character. But yeah, so he goes in to stab Lucy, and Van Helsing's like, she's got to be killed by someone who loves her. He's like, "Well, I don't love her. I like her." And he's like, "Close enough." And so he stabs her, and there's a geyser of blood that shoots out from his chest. So I'm surprised that Mel Brooks didn't clue him in on it. There was a shit ton of blood, man.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
I would have been pissed, but he took it well. He didn't break character, man. That was amazing. But yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes. Dracula then goes after Mina, Lucy's sister, and there's an amazing tango scene. Leslie Nielsen's killing it, literally and figuratively. But his shadow starts humping Mina, and he has to scold it. That's pure Mel Brooks energy right there.
Pure genius.
Eventually, Dracula bites Mina, turning her all flirty and wild, to the horror of her dad, who's like, "What are you doing to my daughter?" Well, Jonathan's just standing there, because Jonathan like comes in to talk to his fiance, and then then she like wants him to do stuff to her. But the joke is like they've been engaged for like 5 years, and then the dad comes in like, get your hands off my daughter. You've only been engaged 5 years. What are you doing? He acts like it's so inappropriate. And then Jonathan's like, he started it, or she started it. It's funny stuff, man. Then we get to the big ballroom scene, which I thought was excellently executed. Dracula and Mina dance in front of a giant mirror. And in the reflection, she's dancing alone. It's such a great gag and surprisingly well executed for 1995. You can tell the visual effects team worked really hard at doing that. You can tell they did some like wire work. I don't think there was any CGI involved. I think it was just clever camera tricks and wire work. I don't know if it's ever been done in a vampire movie. Do you know if Bram Stoker's Dracula did something similar?
Kind of.
It's
I'm
been
not
years
exactly
since I've seen that movie.
It's been years.
But I know afterwards, Van Helsing starring the great Hugh Jackman, they did a scene very similar to the ballroom scene in Dracula Dead and Loving It. Remember where Dracula's dancing with somebody and he dips her, and in the mirror she's dancing alone.
Oh yeah,
they did that same exact bit, years earlier in this movie. So I mean, I thought that was great. So Van Helsing was copying Dracula Dead and Loving It. You gotta love it.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was excellent. It was a really good scene. Once everyone realizes Dracula's got no reflection, chaos erupts. He escapes with Mina, but Renfield accidentally leads the mob straight to Dracula's castle. And then earlier, Dracula's like, "Don't call me master," because he doesn't want people to know he's Dracula. And then so later on, even after everyone's figured out already, Renfield's like, "Master, master," and then he's like, "Oh shoot, I mean, Mister." He's so clueless all the time. So he keeps running after him. In the final showdown, Dracula tries to flee but gets exposed to sunlight. That's where what's his name? Van Helsing. He starts ripping the boards off the wall, exposing him to sunlight. He turns into a creepy Leslie Nielsen, like half Leslie Nielsen, half bat creature, and flies into the rafters. Trying to escape. They're trying to catch him because they feel like all is going to be lost if he escapes, and they'll never get another chance to kill him. But then stupid Renfield finally catches up to him. He opens a hatch, exposing Leslie Neil bat to sunlight, and he collapses like a Looney Tune on the ground in a bat-shaped pile of dust. And I thought there's a hilarious scene where poor Renfield, he feels so bad. He gathers his ashes together and puts them in a pile, and he draws a little smiley face on the ashes. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
I wonder who came up with that. I wonder if that was like a little last minute ad lib. I don't know, but it was funny.
Oh yeah,
it was funny either way.
it's funny.
But yeah, and that's Dracula Dead and Loving It. I mean, it's silly, uneven, but packed with charm and classic Brooks style slapstick. I mean, you can't go wrong. Like I said, it's one of those movies where you turn off your brain and you just enjoy the laughter. It's like I said, very Three Stooges inspired. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely. Just so funny, just so slapstick, so over the top funny.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, Leslie Nielsen, he nails like the straight face ridiculousness that made Airplane and Naked Gun so good. And Peter MacNicol, he steals like every scene that he's in. I mean, he's just excellent. I'd say he's my favorite performance of this movie. I feel like he saves it. And Mel Brooks, and even though this was like late in his career, it still shows that he could write laughs out of anything, even a 100-year-old vampire story. He took, the typical story of Dracula, and then, he added a lot of great punchlines to it. It's not Young Frankenstein level of genius, but it's like comfort food for horror comedy fans. It's like corny, over the top, unapologetic. It's stupid, and that's why I kind of love it. It's like, you don't have to think too much. You don't have to worry about context. You just got to sit back and relax and watch the movie. I would check it out. Right now it's on Plex for free. So if you download the Plex app, and we're not sponsored by Plex. I downloaded it a while back so I could watch the Drew Carey Show. It was one of my favorite 90s sitcoms. It was previously unavailable anywhere. Now you can watch it on Plex. And you can watch Dracula Dead and Loving It on Plex for free. Just download the app. It's with commercials. And yeah, it's a wonderful movie. What would you rate it? And then let's do a fun rating system. Now this is not within the Mel Brooks verse. This is just amongst every movie ever. I know what you're gonna say, Reddy, but let's rate it 5. Let's rate it out of 5 pints of blood. I would give it a 3 pints out of 5 pints of blood. Now, what would you rate it?
Oh, I would rate it
5 pints of blood being the highest. What would you rate?
5 pints.
I knew it. I knew it. I didn't even have to. I didn't have to ask, but I thought I would just ask anyway. Of course. I know you love this movie.
Oh yeah,
solid. I would recommend it. It's not for kids necessarily. It's definitely for what is this rated, like PG-13?
Oh, it's rated PG-13, so it's not exactly.
It's not overly grotesque, but it's definitely not for children. Yeah, and that wraps up that. But first, I'm going to give my final thought on the film. At its core, Dracula Dead and Loving It reminds us that even the darkest stories can be played for laughs, that humor and horror are two sides of the same coin, both built on tension and release. In life, as in comedy, sometimes all you can do is laugh at the absurdity of things, and maybe sleep in a coffin once in a while for the aesthetic of it all. But, yeah. Happy Halloween, everybody. I know it's a little early. We still have, a couple weeks before Halloween, but I'm excited. This is going to be great. I have my costume set up. We're going to have fun. Are you going to come over on Halloween? Are you going to come over to my house?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
We're going to have fun. We're going to watch some spooky movies. And I want to go down to the park and check out what's going on. They got costume contests and shit. But anyway, not to get too off topic here. This is a podcast. We got to stay on the rails.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so let's have some fun this Halloween season. I love everything spooky, so I don't know. I'm just buzzing right now, man. But yeah, this wraps up this episode of The Men Who Watch Movies. It's been fun talking about this movie. I'm glad you recommended it. I wouldn't normally watch it, but I enjoyed it. Thank you for that one. And my name is Alec.
And my name's DJ the Movie Man Wagner, also known as the COE of The Men Who Watch Movies.
And we want to remind you all.
Yeah. We hope you had a fun time
Definitely
watching the podcast.
And we want to remind you all to keep on watching.
Happy October.
Thank you, everybody.